So why should people avoid buying stocks now and wait until August or September this year?
Because there's a lot of uncertainties right now. We're not sure as to when the virus will be really eradicated, will be really resolved. And that by the end of the second quarter, most likely earnings report will be out, GDP will be out, and most likely it will disappoint. And this will result to lower prices. So by the end of August, by the period of September, we'll be able to see lower prices. And by then, maybe, perhaps we can start accumulating them.
For people who bought higher, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, hold cut loss. What's a good general advice for them?
Advice is it depends on your goal, it depends on your reason in investing. If you're the type of person who entered the equities market because you're going to use it for your retirement or for the education of your children or something that's really long term, you might as well hold into your position right now because there's nothing wrong with the fundamentals of the stocks we bought. Definitely, the fundamentals of the stocks you bought rather remains the same. The losses that you're seeing right now is not because of the management of those companies. We all know that the losses you are having right now is because of the sentiment we have right now, which is caused by the uncertainty of the virus. If you are the type of investor who want to be positioned come the third quarter of this year, then you might as well start cutting your losses so that you will have the liquidity come the time that you want to enter the market. And lastly, if you are the type of investor who want to take advantage of the volatility, you might also want to cut your losses already. Because at some point in time, the prices rather would go down again. Because of course, earnings would disappoint. And disappointing earnings would result to lower prices. And by that time, you can re-enter the equities market.
Hey guys, we are in for a treat. We have a certified fund manager, certified money market dealer, a certified securities specialist, a CPA, and an MBA. Welcome to the vlog, Ren Agawa. So, first of all, Ren, how's everything in your place?
Well, we've been stuck for almost 2 months, so you can just imagine kung bakit mahaba na yung balbas ko.
Ako rin, kaya ako naka-cap na kasi wala na, it's too
I like your cap.
how started, the North will always remember. Anyways,
Oo nga.
I want to start off with this. From a fundamental standpoint, what's your take on the entire situation right now?
As for the fundamentals ng bansa natin, alam mo, kahit ano naman ang mabasa mo, makikita mo na nothing's really changed eh. Kumbaga, nothing's really changed, no? What brought us here really is the virus, diba? And this is something na, ito yung nagdadampen sa sentiment, no? Given the time, makaka-recover naman talaga ang economy natin, no? However, the not so rosy thing about this is that, syempre, in the short run, even sa medium term, diba, we will definitely feel the effects of the lockdown na meron tayo. Again, caused by the virus. No? It's not really the lockdown. It's more of our fear of the virus. Eh. So, pag pinakawalan ka, do you really think that you would be as enthusiastic going to places na pinupuntahan mo dati? Of course not. Siyempre, yan yung makaka-apekto talaga sa economy natin, yung spending habits. That's the sad reality that we have to go through in the short term hanggang medium term until we find out kung paano tayo makakapag-adjust sa situation and of course, until a vaccine. But for the next couple of months, wala. It's really going to be a struggle pare, lalo na sa mga small, medium enterprises. They are really going to get hit, diba? So that is a given considering what's happening right now.
There's so many analysis and I want to know your take on this. U-shape recovery, V-shape recovery. Or there are other people say pa nga W kasi we will go up a bit and we're gonna go down then saka mag-break out eh. What's your take in that? And then as investors, what should they look at as parang a parameter na when we see this, there's a big chance that people may be more bullish also?
I'm not sure if it's going to be a V. Most likely it's going to be a V. Most likely it's going to be a V.
Yung portion ng U na yan, di ba? U, tapos it consolidates, it goes sideways. Based on your analysis, how long do you entire sideways period for the U-shaped recovery to happen?
Since we're locked down hanggang ngayon, May, diba? So mag-o-open pa lang ang merkado, ang mga establishments by late May, by June, diyan pa lang siya nagsisimula, di ba? And then by August, kahit pa paano, nalaman mo na kung how are you going to proceed with your respective operations, di ba? So baka hanggang August to September magdadrag. Yun ang tinatanong. So, yung isa nga naming fund manager, what he's saying is, and I agree to what he's saying is that if you are going to start accumulating. Of course, syempre, nung nag 4,000 levels tayo, sige na, di ba? That's a screaming buy, di ba? That's screaming buy.
Pero ang bilis nun eh. Sobrang bilis nun yung lalala.
That's why I said it's a screaming buy, di ba? Yan eh, hindi ka naman pwedeng sumigaw ng prolonged eh, di ba? Ang kaso, sa totoo lang, wala namang nakakaalam kung tama yung ginawa mo by that time. Nagkataon lang at that time, nag-recover siya. If you are an investor, no, and you would want to put your money in an environment that more or less you have an idea of what's going on. Of course, there's going to be volatility, pero at least alam mo kung saan nanggagaling for you to be able to manage your risk, for you to be able to manage your potential losses. Everybody is figuring out how are they going to proceed, diba? So, definitely, parang parang trial and error. Yung June, July, diba? Yung May, June, July, it's going to be bad, diba? So, pag lumabas na yung earnings results, pag lumabas na yung GDP to dampen sentiment, of course, ang magiging effect sa equities market yan, hindi babagsak na naman yan. So, maybe, come August or come September, that time na pwede kang mag-accumulate. Diba? Because August, September, October, diba? At least now you are in an environment that more or less you know yung cards already.
Just to be clear with what you were saying, that better to cash, better to wait for more disclosures to come out, and then with more clarity, that's when you start buying.
In my perspective, yes. Let's say your exposure in your equities portfolio is really low. Ang dapat mong gawin is start accumulating now. You're at your 5,000 level. Diba? You're at the 5,000 level. And just what I've said earlier, anong tawag dito? Wala namang pinagbago sa fundamentals ng bansa mo. We have a very sound banking system. You know that. We have, anong tawag dito? Isipin mo nga pare, di ba? Ang BSP, kinat na niya yung rates. 10%, di ba? There's so much liquidity out there. When things normalize, di ba, the prices will go back to their usual levels, di ba? Alam nga naman na doon ka pa lang magkakabon, di ba? Yun. So that is one way to see things as far as investing is concerned. If you're for a capital appreciation, if you have very low exposure in equity securities, and if you're long-term, then might as well go now, di ba? But if you are someone na nire-review mo yung performance, let's say, ng fund mo in an annual basis, syempre tinitignan mo, di ba? Ano ba yung return mo for the year? Di ba? You're conscious with that. And you're matching your assets with liabilities, let's say, di ba? So, ayaw mong bumagsak yung portfolio. Ayaw mong i-risk yung portfolio mo into something that hindi ka sigurado. Di ba? So, if that is the case, di ba? You might as well hold on to your cash first. And the thing is, you are almost sure that things will not be as rosy for the next couple of months. you would agree with that, di ba? You would agree with that. And if things would be not so rosy, definitely that will be reflected sa equities market.
You mentioned something very interesting. No? You said that the fundamentals of our economy is very, very strong. I just have some questions kasi ang dami rin, you see a lot of information that number one are they mentioned remittances will go down by 20%. So from 30 billion
yes.
it goes down to 24. That's one. And second question is, or in connection to that, there's a threat for POGOs. And then number three, in terms of rental spaces, there's a study that prices will go down by 15%. And to top that off also, yung mga property developers, they stop using any new projects already. So automatic the growth is wala
yun. Patay talaga yun, pare.
So because of all of this that's going on, and then di pa na mention that with some businesses closed, baka wala silang ability to pay, we might see more defaults. When you're saying that the fundamentals is good, you believe that it pangit ngayon pero it will recover after all of this is said and done?
If you would agree with me, this is something that we always hear this is something that will pass. It's just as we are not sure kung kailan, diba? When things go back to normal, diba? The new normal, diba? The new normal. Lalong-lalo na yung sa mga kumpanya na established. We know them, diba? The Ayalas, the SMBCs, the MPIs, diba? These are companies that can withstand yung headwinds ng mga pinag-uusapan natin. These are companies that have strong balance sheets. These are companies that I am very sure will be able to continue their projects. And ultimately, not default. No? Nakikita naman natin yung mga kumpanya na nagde-default. There is something wrong with their financials to begin with. And that is the very reason why they default. Diba? They are either overly leveraged. Their management is something that's hindi mo dapat gayahin, di ba? We know the reasons why these companies default. What's causing the problem right now is not the operations of these companies. Right? It's not about their management. It is something that's beyond that. And although it is something beyond that, it is something that will eventually be resolved. If there is one factor really that maybe needs to be revisited always, lalo na sa mga panahon ngayon, is yung OFW remittances, pare. From what we were able to hear and read also, no? Parang lumalabas, parang 200-something thousand OFWs ang madi-displaced to 50 to 80. I'm not sure with the figures, pero nasa high 200s, diba? Can you just imagine yung mga tao na yun mawawalan ng trabaho? That is a reality. Walang problema doon sa mga OFWs natin na nasa formal sector, healthcare givers, diba? Yung mga nagtatrabaho sa hospital. But what about those na mga nagtatrabaho sa informal sector, diba? Sila yung madi-displace, diba? Sila yung tatamaan talaga. And the sad thing there is that yung ating OFW remittances, if I am not mistaken, parang represents 10% of your economy. Parang gano'n, di ba? Parang 10% of your economy. And 70% of our OFWs, more or less 70%, ay nasa US, nasa Europe, nasa Middle East, and yun yung mga countries that are hit most, di ba? So can you just imagine, yung chunk ng remittances natin will be affected because of that situation. Di ba? Yun yung isang bagay na makaka-apekto, lalong-lalo na sa consumer side natin. Mayroon sa consumer side rather, syempre, it will also lead to the weakening of the peso also.
It's projected to drop to around 24 billion. Pero 24 billion was our level also mga 5 years ago lang. And 24 billion is still a high level. So what should be scared of ba is also dahil wala silang trabaho. It's gonna be also, syempre uwi sila dito, wala silang trabaho. Yung dati umaasa sa kanila, Yung dating kumakain sa Jollibee, yung dating bumibili sa 7-Eleven, yung dating bumibili ng damit sa Uniqlo, sila yung mababawasan ng revenue, mababawasan yung mga shops na yun. That being said, knowing all of this risk and uncertainty, if you are an investor and siguro similar to your profile na very calculated lahat, what do you suggest na ano yung mga pwede nilang tignan na stocks already? Not necessarily buy it, but something na ngayon pa lang mag-research na kayo. Ito muna yung mga tignan nyo na para at least manarrow down yung pwede yung aralin.
I think I'm more confident to give the names or sectors na iiwasan eh.
So to be clear, everything that you will mention, iwasan nila yun. Whatever's not mentioned, those are the things that they can study. Okay, go.
Any sector, of course, that's related to tourism. Not to a great extent, no? But maybe banks. Kasi yung mga non-performing loans nila, definitely tataas yan. Diba? And of course, it will lead to their profits decreasing, diba? Of course, sinabi mo na kanina, yung property sector, diba? Siyempre, pinag-usapan pa lang natin kanina yung pagbaba ng OFW remittances. Di syempre tatamaan din yung pagbili mo ng condos, di ba? Your consumer sector will always be there, di ba? Hindi naman sobrang tatamaan yan.
Final words for investors na and I always ask this, Madam, I'm sure there's a big portion, especially either the ones that invested in mutual funds or even direct stock investors that started positioning 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, and a lot of them have a paper loss today. What's your words of wisdom, encouragement, and insight for them?
It all boils down to your objective. Definitely, when you started investing in the equities market, you have an objective already. You have a goal, diba? Some put their money there for their retirement. Some have an investment horizon of a year, diba? Iba-iba, diba? Now, let me give my 2 cents, diba? If your objective is for long term, let's say you put your money there for your retirement or for the education of your children, diba? That's going to take 15, 16 years down the road, diba? If my advice is for you to not cut the losses. Why? Because the reason why the prices are low right now, the reason why you have your paper losses right now, it's not because of the fundamentals of the company that you invested in. There's nothing wrong with their operations. There's nothing wrong with their management. It's just that the sentiment we have right now is really bad. And it's something that's not caused by them. It is not caused by the underlying party. It's something that's caused by a variable that we have no idea yet how to face. But eventually, malalaman din natin kung paano susolusyonan yung problema. Now, if your objective is to, let's say, short term to 5 years, ganyan, and you need liquidity. You need liquidity because you want to be in a better position once you decide to invest again, diba? Then perhaps you can start cutting your losses and then wait for that period wherein the uncertainties are lesser compared to kung nasaan tayo ngayon. If you are the type of person naman na you take advantage of situations, I'm not sure the term, pero you want to take advantage of the fact that of the volatility, you might also want to cut losses now. Why? Why do you want to cut losses now? Kasi you know that things are not going to get better come July, come June, come August. You know that because the results will be out. And when the results are out, you know that the prices would go low again, diba? So you might as well be liquid right now so that you will be in a position wherein the prices are lower and you have a liquidity.
Alright, thank you so much, Ren Agawa, for your insights. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. And please remember, whatever said here, always study it, always research it. Yun yung pinakamalakas gawin sa pera ninyo, that whatever gets said, lahat ng mga tips, double check everything, research and do your due diligence. Because that's the strongest thing that will help you sa market. that you know what you're getting into and you have full conviction in. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section below, and then we'll try to see how we can make more videos off of that. But if you guys learned a lot from Ren, comment below, lagay nyo, I want Ren, kung if you really got what he's saying. So, yun, to everyone who joined us, thank you so much for watching. Ren Agawa,
thank you.
super smart and super talented investor. Thank you also for being part of the vlog. And to all of you, I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon. And God bless you.